Welcome to this Trending Thursday, and in this episode, we're going to talk about a new trend that's blowing up right now about Nomad Visa. And I found this trend on my favorite new research tool called Exploding Topics. And Exploding Topics, if you're not familiar, is a very advanced research tool that has emerging trends as they're exploding. That's why it's called Exploding Topics. If you want to check it out, there's a link to a $1 7-day trial in the description box below. So let's check this out. Nomad Visa, it looks like it has gotten up to 8.1K volume in the past 5 years. You can see it's really starting to trend up right now, and it's gone up 4,300%. And there are also some related topics: digital nomad visa, nomad list, and working nomads. So obviously I'm the nomad Brad, and so I have some knowledge about this space, the digital nomad space, and I'm not surprised that it's trending up. Obviously, after travel restrictions got lifted quite a while ago, I've actually been able to do some traveling myself, and am part of several digital nomad communities. It's obviously growing a lot. Nomad Visa is a special visa that some countries are giving out just for digital nomads to encourage them to travel to the country and live there temporarily. And it's an adaptation of the modern world where people can live and work remotely more often. So it says it's a document or program that gives someone the legal right to work remotely while residing away from their country of permanent residence. And you can see here there are some trending articles about just listing the different countries that are offering nomad visas. I've heard a little bit about Spain being one of them. You can see there are a lot of different countries that are trying out this program to get people to come and live in their countries temporarily. So it's a cool trend. I think it's cool. But as a marketer, let's look at what are some of the things that are being done in this niche, and maybe some ideas for you to create content or to create a product or something like that. So first, let's take a look at the keywords. And for that, we're going to dive into SEMrush, very good keyword tool. And we can see that currently in the United States, it's getting about 720 searches a month at 65% difficulty. That's actually not too bad if you're familiar with keyword difficulty. And let's look at, I like to look at the questions in the niche that people are asking. So what is a digital nomad visa? What is a nomad visa? What countries? We've seen those were the top ranking articles for this one. Does Italy have a digital? All these would be great content, and actually they're not very difficult. You can see the keyword difficulty is not that high for these, relatively speaking. So you can talk about, you can create content about what countries have them, doing those lists. I would recommend doing YouTube versions of the ones that are popular on Google. Those blogs probably have a lot of authority, but if you were to create the same thing but on YouTube, then I think you could get some traffic for sure. Does Portugal, does Japan? So each one of these would make a great blog article on a blog that's focused on digital nomad stuff, how to apply. Yeah, so all of these make really great content. Another great tool to check out when you're looking into a trend is Answer the Public, and that's going to give you a good overview of what's called the topical authority of this topic, basically a topical authority map. What are all the topics that you would want to cover if you wanted to become an authority on a topic? And if you want to know a good way to do that with AI, then you can check out my Blogging with Bots course. There's a link to it in the description, and it's free. But let's take a look at that on Answer the Public. So we typed in Nomad Visa. Okay, so we can take a look at some of the questions. What are they? Again, countries. What countries do not need a visa? The best Nomad visa. Do digital nomads need work visas? How to get a digital nomad visa? All these would make great YouTube videos or blog articles. And there's different countries. And a great thing about Answer the Public too is you can switch between the visualizations of the data and just the straight lists. You can see the Spain is getting searched for a lot because they're one of the more popular ones that I know has been rolled out. But you can see the countries that are being listed here. So all of this are great sources of content as well. And if we go back to our SEMrush here, we can see that the top things have to do with specific countries. Again, Spain, Portugal, Bali. These are all very popular destinations for the digital nomad crowd. Some people looking at Europe, etc. And I like to also dig into the long tail. Obviously, I can't read what these ones are, but the laws. What is the Spanish nomad visa? Okay, so lots of different questions about specific laws, specific countries, specific laws, etc. Okay, so we have an understanding of the topical authority map for this topic and some of the keywords and the difficulties. Let's take a look at what's going on YouTube. For that, I have created a custom report here with the top 20 videos that are returned for the search term Nomad Visa. So you can see here we've got rich enough to be a digital nomad, how to travel and work remotely, digital nomad visas, new countries, tax-free, digital nomad visas. So lots of people weighing in about various topics here. You can see the channels that are ranking. And yeah, it looks like what will work really well for this topic as far as content goes is listicles like the ones that are ranking at the top of Google. And if you remake them into YouTube videos, I think those should do pretty well too. All right, so that's our trend report for this week, Nomad Visa. I think if you're into the travel niche, if you're doing a travel blog or you're an influencer, then it would definitely be worth your while to cover all of the different countries, look up which ones have digital nomad visas and what the specifications are, etc. You might not want to get into these topics just because they are legal in nature. You might want to just refer people, talk about them generally, and then refer people to the official documentation. Obviously, that will be less useful to your users, but maybe would keep you from the stress of having to update legal documents all the time. So that could be one strategy, but generally I think the overall strategy is to cover that topical authority map, talk about all the different countries, maybe eventually look into a programmatic SEO type approach where you're eventually going to talk about every country and then just look into or refer people to the places where they can find out where those digital nomad visas are. And the other great thing I think to do for SEO here with this topic is to create video content. Same thing, just creating one video for every country. Say, does Portugal have a digital nomad visa? I mean, you could timestamp your videos and again refer people to the official documentation places. That would be one strategy. And then just generally, like, you could do an update. I would probably include the date in the title of the video so people know when the information's from. And you can just say, as of this month, these are the top 20 countries that have digital nomad visas, or here are my 5 favorite countries that I've been to with my digital nomad visa, or something like that, or like how I got my digital nomad visa. That's the approach for this topic. As far as what you could sell, I would think that there would be plenty of opportunities for selling tours as an affiliate, selling like walking tours or excursions. A lot of travel bloggers do things like that. There's also courses out there that teach people how to make money online, would be a good match, or books from Amazon. You could do Amazon affiliate stuff, but I would probably stick with looking for more independent affiliate programs for the experiences within those countries. So I think that's going to be your best bet for monetization. And perhaps also it would be worth looking at digital nomad insurance. So back on our exploding topics page, there are some other companies mentioned here like Nomad List and Working Nomads, and I know that Nomad List has an insurance offer, so I think digital nomad insurance is important to this niche. There you have it. That's my opinions on looking at this trend. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Are Are you already in this niche? Are you going to create content for this niche? What do you think about it? And I highly recommend you check out Exploding Topics so you can stay on top of current trends as well. Again, there's a link to my affiliate link in the description box below, which will give you a 7-day trial for just $1. If you want to get this trend report and other trends reported weekly, then you can join Nomad Labs, which is my weekly marketing coaching program. So every week we get together and we talk about a new topic. I do 30 minutes of training and then an hour of coaching. So whoever shows up to that live call, then we talk about your business, your projects, and I give you feedback from my 15 years of digital marketing experience. And if you can't make it to the live calls, then you can send me an email with the topics you'd like me to cover, and I will record them during that call as well. Come join the Nomad Labs. We'd love to have you, and I look forward to sharing more trends with you in the future.